Hello everybody, I haven't been on this channel for a really long time, a good few weeks now. It's just been a very busy season with Christmas, New Year. We travelled a little bit as well, and if you want to know a little bit more about that, you can check out our Wanderlust channel right here. Yeah, but I thought it would be cool, it's actually New Year's Eve right now. Don't know if you can see that, there's a picture of my wife. It's New Year's Eve, 4:55. We got some people coming over to celebrate. And this morning I was sat on my phone and I thought I'd do a little roundup of the year. You know how everyone's doing at the moment. And picking like I guess there's 10 different photos that you're allowed on Instagram, and I was going to use them to review my year. But then I realised that there was way more than 10 things that I'd want to review in my year. And then I started reflecting and realised that probably in terms of stuff, and you'll get what I mean in a minute, but in terms of stuff, 2022 has probably been my most successful year yet, if you consider stuff, okay? And the stuff I'm going to talk about, I'm going to share with you the things that you may see as successful for me this year. It's been a pretty cool year. It's been really busy, really full. Let me share some stuff with you now, and then I would like to discuss whether it is Singapore itself and me being here which has offered me these successes, or whether it's other stuff too, or maybe a combination of both. So let's start the year. January obviously is when it started, Chinese New Year. Maybe I might not be able to go in chronological order because, like I said, a lot of stuff has happened. So this year I had a book come out. That's probably been the biggest surprise for me. This time last year I was finishing up the book. The hardest part for me of writing the book was closing it, because it was an autobiography, and I'm still alive, I'm still going, so the story is constantly being added to, I guess, and so I needed to close up that chapter of my life in the book. That for me has been a huge success, because I haven't really ever expected to be an author. I would never have considered myself a writer. I'm definitely coming to terms with it now, after so many people refer to me as an author, and lots of people have kind of fed back on the book, which is amazing. I'm very grateful. Please continue doing that for me. It means an awful lot. I also released an EP. It's actually the second album I've done. The first full LP album I did, I was 18 or 19 years old, a really long time ago, in CD form. The younger viewers among you may not know what a CD is. It's like a small disc that songs went onto. I had an EP release this year as well, which was pretty awesome, with 4 original songs in it, and I recorded the vast majority of everything on it too, and really proud of that work. We travelled an awful lot. Obviously the last few years we haven't been able to do that because of COVID, but we've never ever been like travel. I guess we've had the travel bug, but we've never really gone for it in the way that we did this year, and we didn't really intend on travelling in the way that we did this year either. I just realised this looks bad. It's okay, I'm just going to leave it. So we travelled I went to Borneo. I climbed a mountain, one of the things I love to do, Mount Kinabalu. And that was, I don't know, 4,100-ish meters high. And I did my first ever Via Ferrata, which was just incredible. I would recommend it to anybody, and I definitely want to do it again. We travelled to Cambodia. We went to Langkawi with my sister and her family. We did a day trip to JB. We then went to Seoul. Those of you who are following us on Wanderlust, those are the episodes that are rolling at the moment. We're home now, but we've got 3 more episodes to go from Seoul, which was just the most amazing experience. And then we had 2 nights in JB recently with some friends, so we have been around Asia quite a lot, and I feel incredibly honoured to be able to do that. I feel a bit of a I don't know how to describe it, but sometimes I feel a bit of I definitely feel a sense of privilege in a positive way, but sometimes I feel like maybe a little bit guilty. I don't know whether I should or shouldn't. That's just how I feel sometimes when I feel like I'm going away an awful lot. But we do really appreciate what's here. And then my work situation as well in August. In August I started a new role which I'm absolutely loving and seems to be going quite well at work too. So for me, looking back on those kind of material things, if you want to call them that, they're really, really successful. Things are going well. I think if I look at the other stuff, the things that I really, really value, even more so, like my family, my kids are happy, my wife is happy. We were pretty fortunate with the housing increase that everyone experienced over here in Singapore. We didn't, I guess, have it too badly compared to a lot of my friends and colleagues, so we're very, very grateful for that. If I was to round up the year, there were quite a few significant moments this year as well that I'd probably want to talk about. We said goodbye to my grandpa this year. That was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, I think. And I think it was made all the harder by the fact that there was no choice in it, as is that aspect of life. And it's been, like, for me, it's the first time I've really suffered a very, very close loss like that. And so it's been a very new journey for me to experience. And then the positive side of that is that I was able to have both of my sisters here in Singapore for the funeral, and I wasn't expecting to be able to see my little sister for a really long time still, so I was incredibly grateful to be able to spend a week with her here, and she was able to stay in our home, and I love my little sister very much, so, and I had missed her, so it was great to be able to spend that time with her. But it's just been, what was I also going to say? My close friend Sam moved abroad this year, moved over to Korea. We were in Korea for his wedding, and that was a big loss for me. Three of my closer colleagues, I'd say, or four of them probably left this year, and that was quite tricky because they all moved abroad. It's not like they're just around the corner. I can hang out with them. Tanya, Tia, Sam, obviously, Osmary, four of those I think were quite big losses for me. And then being in work, having this new role, I don't think I've really had the opportunity to be able to make those close friendships like I had last year, and that's been tough as well. But like I said, it's been, despite those things, it's been an incredible year. We've had an awful lot of fun. We've experienced a lot of Singapore, and I've experienced, like I said, a lot of success. Is that Singapore? I don't know. I think there's some of it that definitely is, and I wanted to share that with you a little bit. I think, as you may have picked up from my book if you read it, or videos of my local immigrant journey through Wanderlust, I've definitely felt more like myself here in Singapore. And I think the more I felt like myself, the more I feel like I am able to do all the things that are me fully. And I think Singapore has definitely lended to that. I think while work has been crazy full, the environment here and the culture here has allowed us to thrive as a family, even though I've been exhausted and tired. For example, and I've talked about it a lot before, but food has been a huge thing. Normally I'll be coming home and one of us will be having to cook, then we'll be having to do all the dishes and everything like that. We don't have a helper, but we're able to we're able to take advantage of the incredible culture here that allows us to be able to do that, because of easy food. We can buy good food at a really affordable price, and we don't need to wash up the utensils because we didn't do any of the cooking. So that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. That has definitely been a Singapore thing that has has given that to us as a family, given that to me personally. Obviously, the book, my book wouldn't have had the success if I hadn't come home. And I think there was a huge part of my journey that seemed to resonate in the hearts of many Singaporeans. The sense that we are at home here, yet sometimes feel misplaced. And I think some of that is down to, as a nation, it embraces so much of internationalism, and I think that's a wonderful thing. But I think it is also the thing that contributes to people sometimes feeling like, even Singaporeans who've been born here, lived here their whole lives, they have different festivals that happen through the years, different communities where it's not their own, and it feels like they're an immigrant in their own country. And I love that people related to that. I love that that was something that I could articulate in a way that made people feel that they were understood too, and I appreciate that. Our YouTube channel, Wanderlust, on the other channel, it has been going really well. We've hit 7,000 subscribers. It's gone beyond 7,000, and do you know what? We're just so grateful for you guys following us on the journey on that. We hope that it continues to grow, and that people continue to enjoy looking at Singapore through our eyes and through our lenses. We've been loving it, and the international side of things too, now that we've started to share that with you, and we really appreciate that. So of course Singapore has helped that side of things too. With regards to my music, I have really loved the local music scene here in Singapore. There are some wonderful bars and venues that are that open for open mic nights, and anyone can go down and play music, and I have loved the community that they have there. There's a lot of people embracing each other, supporting each other, everyone helping each other out, which is wonderful. And I think definitely the confidence that I had to be able to put out some of my own music has definitely come from that. Back in 2015, 2016, I was here with my guitar performing at a few different places, and I've really loved doing that too. That I think has made me feel definitely like home, as in Singapore has embraced that side of me, that creative side of me. It's been really interesting to meet people who never knew that I was a musician, never knew that I could play instruments, or never knew that I could sing, who have then seen me release stuff and have found it to be a good surprise to them, and that's been really nice for me too. So yeah, I think Singapore has definitely contributed to that, and hopefully maybe some of you are some of those music friends right now watching this. I hope that you see the same thing, and maybe you could comment about it and share with me some of your thoughts. That'd be really cool. Finally, I think I would like to just talk about two things actually. I'd use the word family for both of those. The first one I'd like to talk about is my own family unit: Millie, Milo, Aspen, obviously myself, my parents when they come, my grandma who's here. I've loved the culture here in Singapore, and actually I truly believe that the family culture, the family focus here in Singapore has enabled us to be able to thrive here as a family, and I hope that I know that a lot of the comments that, not a lot, some of the comments that we occasionally receive through Wanderlust or through this channel puts out a side to Singapore that some people see as incredibly negative. But I really hope that this one thing you can see as a big win. Our experiences of family and the family unit in the UK, and through our friends from other countries too, is that it's not the same as here. Here it is so oriented around a family, and we love that. We're very grateful for that side of things. The other family thing that I talked about is our church family. Those of you who have been following our journeys closely will know that we're Christians, and actually to be able to find a church family here in Singapore and to see it growing with more and more wonderful people has been a real joy to us. And again, I think on any given Sunday we're sat with people who hail from Shanghai, Indonesia, America, of course Singapore. There's a lot of us here from home, the UK, goodness me, Ethiopia. I don't want to miss anybody out. Let me think. There, of course, South Africa. We've got a big South African contingent. It's just been amazing to be able to Italy, various other places like that. It's been awesome to be able to blend with people, and to be able to meet people, and to have that one common sort of thing, I guess, that we all get along with each other with, and we all can support each other in. So it's been amazing. So there you go. There's my brief. I say brief. What's that? 15 minutes. That's my 2022 review. Thank you, Singapore, for helping me and my family to be able to find a really, really joyful life. But also all of the friends that we've had here. We are loving our journey here in Singapore. It is home. We're staying put. And yeah, I've got some awesome, really exciting content coming up in 2023. I can't wait to share it with you. I wish I had more time to be able to do it immediately, but I don't. Thank you for continuing to stick with me on the journey. Please subscribe. Please comment. Please let your friends know about this channel, and hopefully they like it too. And we'll catch you guys in the new year. Happy New Year.